Terraria. I've spent over 200 hours playing this game, and
I still have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm having fun.
Terraria is an action-adventure sandbox game, developed by Relogic and released in 2011. In 2012, developers wanted to end support for the game and move on to something new, but in 2013, they luckily resumed support for it, and the game went on to receive many updates over the years, each time adding more blocks, creatures, items, and content to the game. The game features a vast world to explore, thousands of blocks, resources, weapons, and items to mine, chop, collect, and craft. The game has created a huge community of fans and has become one of the most sold video games ever, selling more than 35 million copies over multiple platforms worldwide by the end of 2020. Okay, so what is Terraria? You start off by creating a character, choosing your hair type, eye color, skin tone, fashion style, and so on, and then you get to the character difficulty.
This game has multiple layers of difficulty, so pay close attention. Hit the like and subscribe button.
You can choose a softcore character, which makes your character only drop money when you die, but that mode is for virgins, so we're going to ignore it. You can choose a medium core character, which gives you a much bigger challenge throughout the game, as you drop items when dying, and have to race back to where you died in order to try and collect what's left of your loot. The path towards where you died can sometimes be even more difficult to traverse, since you lost all your loot, adding incentive to play smart and stay alive. Then you get hardcore mode, the mode for those who truly want a challenge. In this mode, if you die, your character is gone, forever. You lose all the items you collected in that world. They don't respawn for future play sessions in that world. This is obviously the best way to get the most out of the Terraria experience, fighting to stay alive. In essence, only noobs choose anything other than hardcore. You then need to create a world to play in. You start by selecting between small, medium, and large world, with small worlds working as a good way to start off and learn the game, or for a faster, more contained experience, and the larger worlds offering you more space to explore and lose yourself in the game.
This game has multiple layers of difficulty.
You can choose between total noob mode, which is the standard Terraria experience and a good place to start, explore, and get to know the game's world. Or you can pump it up to level 11 with expert mode, which makes the game way more difficult in return for greater loot, fortune, and glory. You then wait as the game carefully crafts your world, block by block by block, adding biomes, planting trees, growing mushroom patches, blooming sunflowers, generating structures, creating the underworld, adding water, spicing up walls, hiding treasure, making caves, planting herbs, planting weeds, and everything else that is needed to create your unique randomized world. And it takes ages. This is probably a good time to tell you about the types of worlds. You get Crimson and Corruption worlds. Each of these offer certain materials unique to them, thus also having unique items that can be crafted from those materials. Corruption tools tend to be slightly faster than Crimson tools, but Crimson tools tend to have their own minor advantages. Enemies from the Crimson biome tend to have slightly better stats than those of Corruption. And apart from the different enemies, these counterpart worlds also offer different bosses. These types of worlds are randomly assigned when creating your world, so enjoy it. Once your world has been generated, loading it is significantly faster. You then get dropped into a warm, welcoming world with your best friend, the guide NPC. You have a limited selection of tools that you can use to survive. And like most games in this style, you probably start by chopping some trees, mining some dirt and stone, exploring a bit further, and then... This game is brutal. It doesn't hold your hand, and if you're not prepared, you die. But don't take my word for it. Just listen to what these people on the road had to say.
Terraria is a bit difficult, but it is fun.
A what?
Terraria.
Don't you mean Minecraft?
That game is brutal. off!
If you don't know anything about this game, the best place to start is to ask the guide NPC or to visit the friendly Terraria wiki page where you can learn all about the amazing things you can do in this game. The guide NPC is one of the most helpful NPCs for beginners. He can tell you about materials and all the possibilities that you can use that material for, from crafting hooks to chairs to bullets. Many people like to refer to Terraria as a 2D Minecraft, and in some ways this might be true. Just like No Man's Sky is space Minecraft, and Animal Crossing New Horizons is peaceful Minecraft. What sets this game apart is the vast amount of items, weapons and armor types you can collect and craft through your journey, many containing their own unique effect or advantage. The world is a fixed size, so you can end up exploring the whole map and find every hidden secret and item. The game features NPCs, each offering their own advantage, like selling unique items, healing you, or offering quests like fishing. These NPCs are also obtained by reaching certain goals, defeating certain bosses, or by randomly finding some. They require you to build them a home, and if you build their home in the right place with the right NPCs living nearby, you gain certain advantages, like previously unavailable items for purchase. The game is also more progression focused, pushing you towards getting stronger weapons and armor in order to fight increasingly difficult bosses. Bosses can be found in certain locations at certain times after completing certain actions, using certain items, or completely by chance. The bosses offer quite a challenge and a dangerous fight. Most of the time, you will have to prepare certain arenas or spaces to be able to stand up to the challenge, as most of the bosses can pass through blocks and hit you unexpectedly in the wrong conditions. Bosses you can encounter include the King Slime, a giant slime that bounces around and can pack a flop. The Eye of Cthulhu, a giant floating eyeball with a vicious set of teeth. The Eater of Worlds, a long worm boy that can be found after breaking 3 shadow orbs. Or the Brain of Cthulhu, a large flying brain boy, including its own teeth, eyes and heart, and can be found after breaking 3 crimson hearts. Queen Bee, a huge bee that fires stingers at you and spawns more bees. Skeletron, a large deadly spinning skeleton skull and arms guarding the dungeon. New to the gang is Deerclops from Don't Starve Together, a fierce snowy deer with devastating attacks. And finally is the Wall of Flesh, a gross wall with a bunch of creepy eyes with teeth that shoot lasers at you. The Wall of Flesh covers the entire screen, so you can't easily escape, and it chases you, and you have to run and survive over pools of lava while trying to kill it. It offers quite a challenge as the final boss, and when you finally manage to take it down,
Yes!
your world turns into a hardcore world, and the real challenge begins.
Multiple layers of difficulty.
Unlocking hardcore mode irreversibly changes your world. It adds new biomes, new and stronger enemies, new items, resources and even stronger bosses than before. These include, but are not limited to, Queen Slime, an even stronger slime than King Slime. The Twins, featuring 2 Eyes of Cthulhu that are linked and use different types of combat styles. The Destroyer, another long worm boy, but this time it's metal and shoots lasers. Decepticon leader, Skeleton Prime, now twice as deadly with twice as many arms. Plantera, a plant boy, and many more bosses. The game features several biomes, each with their own enemies, challenges, characteristics and resources. Above the surface of the world, you can find biomes such as forests, ice, deserts, jungles, oceans and crimson or corruption. If you find a way, you can even explore the sky, finding clouds you can walk on, and even go all the way into space and fight harpies. Digging down, you can find more biomes, caves to explore, railroads left underground, new materials, more items, and new enemies trying to destroy you. If you dig down far enough, you can even find the underworld, filled with dangerous enemies and lava. Lots and lots of lava. The corruption or crimson biomes will slowly spread through grass, sand, stone and ice and can take over most of the map as time progresses if not dealt with. Once hardcore mode has been activated, new biomes such as spider-infested caves will spawn, offering new challenges. The contagious biomes such as corruption, crimson and hollow will start spreading faster and can overtake more types of blocks, eventually consuming a stagnant world. Now that you have the basics down, it is time to explore the world and find new useful resources, items, weapons and armor, and fight your way to the final boss. Special items can give you abilities such as swimming, avoiding fall damage, turning vines you chop down into rope vines, stat increases, rocket boots, seeing how many enemies are around you, and even wings that let you fly. You can get so many different armor types, giving certain boosts and advantages to help support your character and class. You can equip your character to have advantages towards certain classes, such as melee, ranged, magic, and summoning classes. There are many different types of weapons to further help support your class, ranging from swords, to yo-yos, to staffs, to bows, to guns, and even explosives. You can acquire different mounts through the game that can be used to ride around and traverse the map easier. One of my favorite features is that your character can keep their items through different created worlds, allowing you to explore new worlds without losing your items, or being able to jump into a friend's world and help them out without having to find new gear first. The combat in this game can be brutal. You need to stay on your toes and constantly move around or become pet food. Luckily, all of these items, weapons and armor allow you to attack and move different ways, like increased speed, close powerful attacks, summoning creatures to fight for you, and running around really fast, bashing enemies with a shield. This allows you to find and customize a playstyle, or try different combinations to achieve the best playing and combat style that suits you. The music and sound in this game is incredible, and suits the mood of a situation in every scenario perfectly. It complements the world of Terraria, and is a treat to listen to while playing. This game offers a ton of content, loot and secrets to be found and enjoyed, in single player or multiplayer. The game is available on PC and over many different consoles, such as the Switch, PS3, PS Vita, 3DS, Xbox, and even on mobile. The challenging nature of this game can either put you off or get you addicted for hours on end, with many different steps of difficulty to give you a more challenging experience as you become better at the game. This game stands the test of time and is a definite keeper for your gaming collection. Don't be afraid to try it out, you just might love it.
No.